Hello there. We will start the webinar about the Blogely software, and this webinar is dedicated mostly for the AppSumo customers who is asking a lot of questions about Blogely, about its functionality, and want to have some quick overview of the app.
So I think it's important for people to recognize they have purchased a powerful app. They either have purchased it or thinking about it. And so I think what we hope to accomplish today is to, give a 30,000 level view of the app. Here's the functionality, here are the big components. And, if you want a deeper dive, there's going to be more videos for that. So today we're going to give you the introduction, like the marketing brochure version.
Yeah, I like the cat playing behind you.
Oh my! I didn't. Yeah, she's the animal kingdom lives at this house. So.
All right. Yeah, I have a dog too. So let's go. I'm gonna go on the screen sharing. And
Okay.
by the way, so just let's do like quick introduction. I am Gennady Batrakov, and I'm a founder of Blogly.
I'm Tom Tate, and I'm a user of Blogly, and have had the distinct pleasure of working with Gennady pretty much from the beginning of the product, and on other stuff too. So it's I think you'll like the product once you start using it.
All right, let's take a look, and I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so let me just give a quick brief overview what the Blogly is all about. So of course our primary focus is the original content. Content creation for bloggers or content creators, it's always been a struggle. It's not an easy to, not only just to write the content, it's just not an easy to do the research, to do the taking notes and writing the content, editing the content, publishing. That's another issue that when you deal with a slow and cumbersome, complex WordPress. And granted, it's not that easy. So Blogly is trying to address all these issues one by one, and we try to merge to position Blogly as not just a publishing app or not just a distribution app. It's the app that helps content creators to do their create the content from beginning to the end, from start to finish, where you start with the idea, take a topic, do the research, create your notes, put it all together, manage it, all the little details in it, and make it the whole workflow to be seamless, to be easy, as least as possible time consuming. Did I say it correctly, Tom?
Oh, I think so. I want to emphasize a really important point that that you brought into Blogly from the beginning, and this is about original content. This is not about a word mill where you take a paragraph and you rearrange the words and come up with 16 different variations. The people who are consumers of web content want originality. They want engaging content. They are looking for something that will grab and hold their attention. So the tools and the approaches that you've built into this application make that easier to happen. You still have to write. It doesn't do that for you, but it makes it much easier.
Yeah, exactly. You still have to create the content which is yours. Do not steal the content. Do not try to spin and respin the hundreds of articles in 1 month. It's not worth it because you create not original content. It's going to be thin content. It's a lot of things that you could take from multiple sites. It's not the point of having the traffic on a website. Of course, the number one idea of creating the content is to bring their customers, to bring your prospects and leads and just generated traffic on your website. Otherwise, without the content, there's no one will come.
Right.
And that's the truth, right? Why
That
are you
is.
working on the content? Why you create a website? You create a website because you want to bring the people. You want to be heard, right?
You want to be heard, you want to share your experience, you want to sell, you know, whatever the motivation, you'll find that you can do it with Blogly and do it easier. Hey, you want to log into the app and show people what it'll look like?
Okay. So let's go and log in. And right now I already logged in, but I can actually log out so you could see that where we are. So basically, when you get on a login page, first, of course, if you're not registered, all you need to do, just say sign up, and you get to that place. If you are a AppSumo customer, you get on a different place where you need to enter your code. You can get that link directly from AppSumo. So in AppSumo, one of the advantages, and I do love AppSumo, this is for me, the concept and model is such a great concept. It gives all the startups, the new businesses, small businesses, the ability to get some really good deals and some really cool software for the cool price, right?
Yeah, excellent.
So now let me just log in into my account. So you could see this is actually my real account, which is I'm publishing, I'm working, I have few articles open. So when you get in the first page, of course, you're gonna end up on this very first page named article. Articles are that you're like a dashboard of your work. Currently right now, as you can see, I've got 93 articles there. Well, I've built it for about last year. I have some ideas still pending, but yeah, so we will talk about how to create articles. We will talk about what the advantages you have creating articles here and not just a simple Google Docs or Word file, which is used by about 90-95% of the writers and bloggers, and they use the Google Docs left and right. Word, keep sending them multiple versions of the file. Well, once you see this, what the capability you might have, I think you change your mind, right?
I think so too. And you can also, just a quick point here. Well, this is the list view. You also have a card view that gives a little bit more in the way of statistics. We don't necessarily have to get, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So you can choose to get more information like this, or you can have the summary view when you've got as many articles as Gennady has. So
yeah, and this is the different view where you can pretty much see on a high level it's a little larger. You could see what my progress is if I set up the words. You can see if there are any comments, the SEO, and you also see there if there is a link to already for publishing what the WordPress is linked. You can see the statuses. So when I click on statuses, there is a whole organizational level of the article is end up here. You can edit this status anytime you want. You can do it from within the article or on a high level here. So there is a publishing date, which is linked to the WordPress directly. There are folders which you can easily manage your folder. We don't have actually the separate page for folders. And I'm thinking about we should probably incorporate a separate view where you can just pump the folders. Folders are normally we use the folders in your filters. Filters are right here. So filters where you can just filter it by, like in my case, I have emails, I have ebooks, I have for sale, I have a webinar short series, I have blog content for Blogly. You can just type the folder you want. It's dynamic. It's a link to the specific article. Like in this particular article has a content type transcripts. We have multiple different types of content that you can assign to. This is mostly again for filtering and easy recognition what it's for, right?
Yeah. Well, we can come back to the complete details. Let's people who have purchased this, I'm guessing, said, okay, I'm ready to write. So how do I start my article?
All right, let's get in. So there is, you can see the one primary on that main view, the red, our color is a red here, is a button new. So basically all I need to do is enough to give the name of the expected name, the article, and don't worry, you can always change it. Let's say I name it as a test 1, and once I click OK, I immediately go on a blank page of the article. So let's review what you got here. The left side is allocated for outline, and that way you create your blocks. And the right side, this is basically your workspace. This is where your article will be displayed when you are on the primary tab, which is article. This whole article will go here. So let me create one block, so I can call it introduction. Now, when introduction is there, I go immediately into that block. It's a full rich text format. I can write, I can copy paste here if I need to bring something from my documents. But again, I don't need to copy paste. If you've got the documents just as a note, you can easily import it in about 4 to 5 seconds. You can bring any Google Doc here as a full article, and that's a separate thing. Import export is right on the front page. You can find it in the little icons there on the upper right. So, but now talking about creating the content from scratch. So let's say if I go back, I leave this block open and I keep creating my outline. Let's say I can say about freelancing, right?
Right.
And now this is my second block. And I'm going back and I create more and more blocks, and I keep doing it where I create my outline in full, give me rough idea what I'm going to write about. And do not worry about the blocks are not being in a sequence. You can always move them around just like that. So you can see now they quickly moved around.
Yeah, that's nice.
And now,
I like that.
Yeah, when you go and start typing or start putting the content in the blocks, all you need to do you can click in the area of the block and you go direct. And there is another method when you hover over it. You can see that the little arrow here. Let's say you have too many blocks, you don't want to scroll it down to find it. All you need to do just simply click on that arrow, you go directly into the block. Okay.
Great. So what was that eyeball I saw when you hovered over the block over there?
Oh, now when you write blocks of content, then you could create, for example, you can create notes. Let's say those notes are just dedicated just for yourself. You can type anything you want here. And let's say you put in, if you're a writer, because now if we're talking about writers, this is a place to put your main characters. This is a place to put your scenario of whatever you want to do. And when you put this when you cross it off, this becomes the block which is not visible to public. When you go to preview, you will never see that. This block will never appear. When you go into print it, this block will not be part of the printing. So basically that's your notes, and if you want to scatter them to put them among your full text. And by the way, Tom, do you think that would have been a problem to write a book with that too?
I'm getting ready to start. I have the third edition of my sci-fi series that I need to write. It's been
Seriously? Oh, I didn't know. You are a serious writer, huh?
it's seriously slow.
Okay, so let's move on now. Okay, besides of that writing there, just simply going in there and you start doing writing the content. Yeah, you have the full rich functionality here as far as the rich text. You can do your edits. Whatever you write here, you can just simply use the header, different headers, block quotes. You can use the formats. You can color it, highlight it. You can insert the links. You can insert the file upload or URL for your images. The embedded frame, that's important. You can embed pretty much everything. It's surprisingly, I just learned, Tom, that you can embed even the Microsoft Word. You can embed the Excel sheets. You can embed Google Docs. You can embed the PDF files. You can. It's just not just a video. You can embed anything, charts.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't realize that.
Oh, it's everything. Oh, presentation. You can embed. Just create an embed quickly. Copy paste. You embed in code, and you got the presentation.
Very slick.
Now,
and I see you have a spell checker going on down here at the bottom.
oh yeah, now
I would have sworn that the Segehurst was spelled right, but obviously it was not.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me just say here. Let's say if I take some. By the way, this one, what I'm doing is I'm in the portfolio, but we'll get to that later. Let's
Right.
say simply copy paste content. So we just going to check, see how the Grammarly, which is most popular, and by the way, my most favorite app for the content editing and grammar checking. But it's not only the grammar. So when you click on this little thing, now you got directly into your Grammarly account, and it just verifies the text for you. It just gives you the suggestions. See, now remove the this. See, this one is some typos. So I'm removing here's a version, the version, or a version. I still don't.
Right.
See, English is not my first language. Tom, would it be a version or the version?
Anytime you want to delete a version of the content, I would use a version.
Yeah, that's what to me now, in my kind of era, I think A would be good. Now, it gives you the suggestion for reframing the sentence. Yeah, so Grammarly is built in, gives you the score, and if you got even a paid account, you can use the plagiarism. I can turn the plagiarism into the runs and get me the, if you really want to do the plagiarism right here. But Grammarly is not the strongest as far as plagiarism, but it gives you the good feeling, right?
It does. And I noticed a plagiarism tab, so we'll talk about that in a
see, like this one, you do it right up front, and it says me, oh, it's not the same, it's the same. Great.
Right.
Now you see, now I quickly change the content. Now I'm writing and I use the full editor. I can actually make this as a block quotes, and I can do the highlights. So let's say now hold on just a second. Now I want now to add the images. Well, you can do the images in a different ways. Of course, you can do a simple upload, but we have much better mechanism. Here's the assets on the left side, right?
Right.
Let's go open it up and let's see what is there. Now, in the assets, right now you got 4 different tabs. So what are they? Now let's just quickly go over each. Research, that's your research that you prepare. That's a totally separate subject that we will talk about. I can just simply show the glimpse. This is when I click on all. I got the addition, the couple research documents was ready. So you can see when I open it up, whatever research I did, it's here. If I go and edit it, I can do the editing right on the spot. I go directly into the research doc, and this is the top 100 SERP results for a specific search term. But again, and yeah, and by the way, you can actually edit it quickly. When you open it up, you can find their content. Like this one, I already took the snippet of that. You can see it's red. If I open it here, there are multiple paragraphs of that content. I want to paste it here. All I need to do is just click it here and add one more. And here I just add the piece of content with the link to where I got that from. You can see it's automatically added here. And
cool. Well, let's save some of that for that video. Otherwise, we won't have anything to talk about.
That's right. Okay, let's move on. So now assets. There are some notes. So notes don't underestimate notes. Notes are the same blocks as the regular content, but specifically dedicated for your notes research. So let me show you that some other notes that we have. So like this one, I took the snapshot, not the snapshots. I took some extension. With extension, I made some copies of the content, brought some content from other websites, and you can see you can do pretty much everything in a note. You can edit the note, you can bring the content, and you can store it just like your research. So you can keep your own personal notes that you plan. So this is important. Notes are really this like rich text format, the note that you want to kind of keep it on the side.
Well, I tell you, that is one of the most appealing things to me, because when I research what I've done in the past, what I did in the past was I created a Word document or maybe an Excel spreadsheet, and then I would cut and paste. I'd do a search string. Okay, that's a good search string. I'm going to do my search string. I'm going to save that. Now click on an article, read it, highlight stuff, copy, paste it back. With the extension that is part of the Chrome extension that's part of Blogly, I don't have to do that. All I have to do is search, find the one I want, and a couple of clicks, I've got my references in there. And it also provides me with, in essence, a bibliography, if you will, or a background, so I know where stuff is, and it's right there with the article.
Yeah. Okay, so you can see there are some links there which I can click, and also the main point where this note came from, it saves the link. So you don't need to search around. You can also use the tagging. There are those tags that you will be easy to find when you want to search later for content. Okay?
Right. And you can create your own, because I think it comes with a blank slate, right?
Yeah, of course. You can create the tags on the fly. You can use them right here for your searching. Let's say the bottom filters are here, designed to have blog related, article related, and all. So basically, if I switch my filter on all, now I can actually find any note that I saved in some other article that I wrote before.
That's great. And then you know where it is and how to get back to it, because that happens. As a writer, I say, oh, where did I find that? That was so cool. So now we're into the libraries.
Now we're into the library. And again, remember, everything has the separation by filter, whether it belong to article or belong to other articles, but you still can see them. But we always filter by whatever's article related. Let's say if I don't have anything article related, there's blank, but as soon as I start adding, let's say if I add the file, I can just drop the files here. I can do the compression on the fly and change the converted to the PNG, JPG if it's the image. But
right.
you not only can upload images, you can upload PDFs, Excel, Word, pretty much videos. So it doesn't matter. This is for a library is not just for images, for basically for everything that you want to allocate and link to your specific article.
Right. And again, the beauty of this is it's here in Blogly. So it's not like I think back to my techniques. It's okay, I've got a folder for this over here, and I got a folder for that over there. I got to go out on the network or the cloud, and oh my gosh, where did I have that? Well, you know what? That's going to be here, and it's really is a time saver.
Yeah, and plus that you have a built-in compression.
That's nice. Yeah.
You know how many times I start go out on the other websites, find it where I can compress the file if image is too big. Yeah, you cannot upload the big images. Now the best part is also here in the library. We keep everything inside the Blogly. When you publish the article to the WordPress, we don't push anything to WordPress. So you keep your WordPress light and easy and select the only one image being uploaded. And the WordPress is only featured image.
Okay.
But everything else, as you can see on my blog, I have tons of images. Some articles I have over 30 images. So
wow.
When I do the review, when I look like title generators, I got over about say 20 something different title generators articles. So I did some research. So I put the images screenshots. So every title generator gets the image, some explanation. So yeah, that easy to overconsume and overload your WordPress. You don't want to do the work, and then you start dealing with I need to have lots of plugins and easy.
So unless you're a technophile, that's probably not the way you want to go. If you're like me, I mean, I am kind of a technophile, but I really prefer to write. So
yeah, so keep the library here totally outside of the WordPress. It's an Amazon server, but your articles will be dynamically populated with images. So it's totally seamless, which is great.
that is great.
Now versions, this is where you save the version you write. Now I click here, say when I click here, it will save me the version. Hold on just a second. Yeah,
Okay.
right here. You could see that it saved the version of what I was writing, so I switch between blocks. Let me go back. Basically, it's creating the copy of, like this. I click twice. It's creating a copy of my right side. So now, but it's still editable. You can go in there and let's say you may want to change something. Let's say I want to update. Maybe I can remove some of this stuff, and I keep my stuff as a, let's say I call it as a version 1, and I can just copy it. Now you could see this is my edited version. This is another version, and I could have as many as I want. Versions are really helpful.
Yeah, that's nice. If you're working on a concept and say, okay, it's not quite yet there, but I don't want to lose it, I'm going to save it and then I'll wordsmith it some more. So
yeah.
Cool.
So the best part is, now let's say I want to replace my original. Well, do you want to copy paste? Yeah, you could, but here's a better version. So let's say I am now want to replace that content. All I need to do, just click here and say, do you want to replace it? Yeah, okay. Now you can see it's changed, right? Now let's say I want now put this version. Just click here, say you want to replace. Yeah, now back. So you can keep as many as you want. It's actually quite helpful for marketing who doing email sequencing.
I was going to say, yeah, an email thread, you could keep different versions in and then just load it up as you need it.
Yeah, and you don't need to worry about looking at the tons and tons of stuff in Google Docs and try to find something. Yeah. All right. Now we said about this research, full research you do. We're gonna talk separately about research notes, full rich version notes, which are linked to the document, and actually they link to specific block. And by the way, if you really want to now to change that the linkages, say you wanna relink to blocks, all you need to do just say which block I wanna link. So this block, let's say I wanna link to that block, so no problem. Now this node, which doesn't even belong to the my original, there was a different node.
Right.
It will be linked to the block I want. Now when I go back to the same block, now you can see now it showed up, even though it's,
that is so slick. I tell you that, no more wondering where it is or where it goes.
yeah, and actually that's the same node. It becomes like a shared node for multiple articles, which is great, right?
It is. Hey, you know what? It could be your digital signature too. You may, if you're doing press releases and you always want to close with the same block of text.
Or let's say if it's your
right
stuff, or let's say it's your stuff and you made some notes before. Take a look how easy that would be. You don't need to do the copy paste. Let me show you. You just take this, you highlight it, you move it over, and you drop it, and that will be recorded right here. You see that right here?
Yep.
This is the mechanism for working with assets. You got versions, libraries, notes, researches. We will be adding one more thing, but it's just to give a little bit of some future. We'll be adding the paraphrasing. Again, I want to stress it out. It's not about spin rewriting. I hate the spin rewriting. So the paraphrasing, what the paraphrasing does, basically, it takes your content on the right, and we will provide the different, with one click of the button, we actually will be using the AI, a real AI, based on the latest NLP technology from, we're using the TensorFlow, and we're going to be rewriting, putting the different rephrasing options for every sentence you got. And we'll give you up to 5 options, and that will have a range of difficulties and a range of uniqueness, and that will be built in here. So you will one click will rephrase this, and will give you the option, and the one you like, you can just simply select it with a click.
Cool.
Now,
so let's talk about another thing that's really kind of fun, which is you want to talk about portfolios, or do you want? Sorry, someone must be coming to visit. My nose is itching.
Actually, yeah, we've got a little some limited time, but yeah, we've got a little bit, another 20 minutes, so we can go over quickly. So right now, let me just walk through. So what I was showing right now basically it's related to the writing aspect of the app. So
Right.
this is what we have on a website that we use. So let me just open the website. Hold on. Yeah, here. Let me just go on the website. So on the website, we I specifically mentioned that different features of the app, and those features are translated into. You can see right here is a writing application. It's
Right.
search docs there. There we have a feature. This is a SEO optimization app. We do have SEO, very quick optimization, totally separate subject, but I can actually show and demonstrate quickly. Content calendars, we're gonna go through the calendar section, and you can see how easy it is. Plagiarism reports, yes, we have built-in integrated third-party provider, which is AI-driven copy leaks, and which is I personally like them out of all of them out there, and they are probably the best. And we have a WordPress sync, which is really quick and easy. And also we have a content portfolio. So content portfolios, let me go now demonstrate now. Let's say you build the few articles. You create the articles and then you want to somehow to share and show, or have your own like a website, like a blog,
Right.
or your own portfolio which you present or showcase to anybody. So very easy now. You go into your content, go into portfolios, and just by simply clicking on the new, you create the new portfolio. So you just simply give a name. Let's say if I go into say this one. This one gives it's kind of detail, but on a high level, you just simply give the portfolio name. Go into configuration, you select what type of template you want to use. And if you want the visibility to your profile and portfolio. And don't worry about this one. This one is more for the more advanced stuff, for the making a custom, putting into your custom subdomain. But
Gotcha.
this one is very easy here, that you all you need to do, just don't worry about this one, but you can say, I want to add specific articles to that portfolio. Just simply select from what you got. So just simply click find and click, like here I added few, so those fews are here. And now if I need to assign to make a topic, all I need to do just find and edit topic and just give a topic, just like a tag. You assign the topic and that topic will translate into that kind of thing. So let me open that particular portfolio so you could see it right here. This is a portfolio which you could have. You have like this one just doesn't have the featured image. If you have the featured image, it would show up. So you'll have a snippets of the content inside. You have a featured image on top, and the best part is this is you also have your profile link to that. Let's say if I go click on here, now my profile show up. If I go back to
Okay.
portfolio, so this is a hosting free solution for anyone who is a freelancer, have their own content that they want to display or show to prospects, leads, send it to their own clients and say, okay, here are what I got, and this is you can actually go in each content and a piece of and read this. This is just like in a WordPress blog. You have
Wow.
the table of content is here, and this is all your content that they can fully display it for someone. The one good part is you got the messaging as well. So you can click on the messages, or your prospect can click on the messages, they can enter the email, they can write you a message, and you will receive the message notification, and you will see that in the app. Like, for example, this is a messaging stuff. So when I go to messages, here's my messages, and I can reply directly from here just by simply clicking reply, and I can just type the message, and this message will be notified that this person will be notified, and they will receive the message. Okay.
That's amazing. So promoting yourself, or, I mean, in the past, you either created a website, sent people to the website, or you sent a bunch of files. Well, now, if you're talking to a client, you can put together a set of your work,
Yeah.
create a portfolio, and shoot it out to them. Now they can do everything right within it. They don't have to get out and say, oh, I like this one. They don't have to open up their
Yeah, and this is
email app and send you a note. They just click on the messaging,
yeah.
and this is tremendous, and
Yeah,
it's
and
hosted at no
this
cost.
is like your website. So basically, you take this URL. This URL is yours. So you can use it to send to anybody. You can use it for the into your email, into your messaging. So just let them know, here's my site, and you don't have to worry about WordPress maintenance fees and hosting. And also, you don't need to worry about managing plugins. Nothing. So this one is strictly dedicated to present your work and also present yourself. You can create nice profile for yourself. You tell who you are. This one are like limitless. They can write as much as you want. You can say about your skills, important. You can also mention your rate so people would know. You can just briefly say who you are, and below is more expanded version of who
Right.
you are.
Very cool. And I believe that you can also sell from inside your
Oh
portfolio.
yeah, yeah. Now we're talking about this. Now let me show you here quickly. So first of all, of course you understand that you can create really powerful, great content using the research notes, the imaging. Oh, by the way, as far as imaging, let me show you how quickly you got your library. Yeah, it's great, right? Let's say I have my library, but now I got the article and I need to add the images. So adding images, all I need to do is just say, okay, here's my library, whatever I got. Let's say I open now all library. When I need to add the images, all I need to do is just click here, move to the right, and it's there. Now click here, copy to the right, and it will appear there, right here. So this is important part of the like automation. So you can reuse these images any way you want, very simply moving around. So you basically enhance your content looking pretty good.
Yeah. And I noticed too that you basically created, didn't you say it was like 650 pixels wide, or which is a very common width for
Yeah.
uh, websites and so forth, or did I mistake that?
Uh, Automatically we just simply fit into this the width of this
Oh, okay.
blog post, but you can always adapt and change any way you want. So basically, you can just simply go into the article itself and hover it, and you can see the little edits here. When you click on that edit, it will pop up and show you here where exactly you
Okay.
put your alternative text, and you set your width. The height will be proportionally adjusted.
That's nice. I've made the mistake of not having them proportional. Get some entertaining looks.
Yeah. Now, let's move on. So we said, well, let's finish on how you sell your article. Okay. Now let's go here in the settings. You do need to set up your freelance profile. So your freelance profile is important. Very simple. Just go by the list here. You set your or change your nickname. You set your specialty. Just talk about yourself, who you are. It is a little short bio. I think it's limited to some 200 something 50 character or something. So it doesn't like first doesn't that's the first like batch of your text below your image. You can change your image here, whatever you need. You put your rate, you put your currency, and you set your skills. When you add in your skills, you can select whatever is there, but actually you type your skill yourself, just like a tag, and it will be added there. So those skills will show up. Now description, this is like a note. You write anything you want here, and that will be displayed here in your profile. So if you now take a look at this is exactly below. This is anything you want. You can say you got there. You know you have a Nobel Prize. Great. Explain about that. So you tell
Right.
about yourself. About you can put the images, anything you want, the way you work, basically the who you are. So this is your place. Just one note. And payout. Now important stuff. Now, this is the explaining about our commission rates. Yeah, of course, that this is not the free lunch for us, nor for you, right? So, but
Right.
compared to the Upwork, and a Fiverr. Both of them are charged 20%. So basically, for every $10 that freelancer sells their content, they take out the $2. So basically, you get out of $10, you get 8. Or say out of $100, you get 80. So now we offer in different rates from between 15 to 10%. Now the best part is now you are free to sell anywhere you want. That's your content, and this content we guarantee will be original because we are making sure that it runs through the CopyLeaks plagiarism scanner. If you pass, then this content will go on for sale.
That's great. Now, I'd like on another one to talk more extensively about the, the plagiarism checker and so forth, but this is a great overview.
Yeah. Now, connecting your Stripe account, basically very simple. Just click here. If you don't have Stripe, just go and create it. If you, in the future, we're planning to add possibly that the PayPal, but PayPal is a little more. We will need to do a little more on the back end to figure out the payment stuff. The Stripe is pretty good. It's set up for that. It's tracking the payouts. So payouts we build in automatically will pay 1 week later. Just one thing, do not forget that of course the higher your plan you have, the less percentage you will pay here. So it's basically motivation for you to get the premium plan. If you get the premium plan, you save a lot. If you create a lot of content for sale.
Right.
Now, about the articles now, so portfolio I think is like kind of good overview of portfolio.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
All right. Now, of course, you do have all this filtering functionality here, so you can filter the content by whatever you need, by folder, by status, by tag. So you just say you filter just by favorites. If there was any favorites here, simply remove a filter. Just simply click on that, and we'll remove the filter. We also added here as a question mark that you find there. When you click on that, will leads you to our portfolio. It's actually we use our own portfolio for the tutorials. So here is, and by the way, tutorials that could be, this is a good way of displaying tutorials. So one of the optional way, why? So you can ask, why do you need a multiple portfolio? Well, very simple, because portfolios are not used just for your own personal needs. You can create it for your own tutorials, your own some maybe FAQ. So whatever you want, or some explanation, or maybe some presentation of something. So portfolios.
My cooking, my favorite recipes I could put in here.
Or your newsfeed. You can create a newsfeed. We specifically have a template for newsfeed, and that will represent what you've done, and it will be actually nice looking newsfeed. So in here, again, what you see, of course, we got the marketplace, we get there. Let's go over now. We talk about research. Like I said, research will be a separate subject. On the calendar. Now, the calendar, it's a really cool mechanism for anyone to publish it and track your publishing. So basically here on this tab, you have whatever unpublished is highlighted. There is a separate logic what we highlight. Like if you already scheduled, it's yellow. Whatever not scheduled is in white. But you can see as soon as I say move some of the stuff, let's say here's I move this one, it will automatically tune yellow. So it's scheduled here. So
very
now
nice.
If I want to go instantly in the article, I can just simply use this one and I go directly into that article. Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah. So basically, basically this is your scheduling and overview of your weekly basically tasks, right? So you set your stuff and you have it ready to go. So let me just move on to, okay, hold on just a second. Let me get back here. What did we need to cover? Oh yeah, let's go back to the article and let's show what are the like plagiarism, like
oh yeah, well, you know what, why don't we save the plagiarism, because I mean that deserves its own topic. I mean, unless you've got one you can show what the report looks like.
I can show actually one. I think I got one with report, but before we get to plagiarism, let me show that how you can optimize it. So here some articles are optimized, right? So you can see the score right here. Our score is basically pretty simple. It's on a scale from say 0 to 100, and you can actually, let's say you got the score of, let's say the higher the score, the better.
Right.
So, but
Just like school.
yeah, let me show you here on the top. So let's go over all this menu here. So we try to make UX is pretty simple, even though we packed a lot of functionality. Your research here, the one that you also see from inside the article, of course you can see it from the top. Your notes, you can see it also here. You can see this one. This is the notes also that you have, like your Evernote built in. This is your library, the library of your documents, images, movies. Now SEO. Let's get to SEO. So here on the high view, I already optimized this article and was optimized for this keyword. There it shows you quickly keyword density, and here's the simple metrics. Technical optimization parameters consist of all this, and we actually studied this. What should be the highest ranking, but kind of hard to say which one would be highest because everything plays the role. And somebody who is non-expert, that's easy to understand. So let me go now into the SEO Optimize. You get in this simple 3-tab view. So you just go by steps. You just populate your SEO title. You add your meta description. You select the website that you are publishing on. Because right now, like I'm connected with the Blogly, so of course here. But do we allow to publish on a multiple? Yeah. If you only have an agency, the only one thing is, yeah, that's not free. It's like for adding extra website, it costs you, I believe it's at like $9. So yeah, you can add $9 per month, so you can actually add as many as you want. So you setting up, here's the slug, and here's your featured image. And this is where you put your now more SEO related stuff. You put your making sure the alternate name, this alternate name text for the image is here and contains that your focus keyword. Now, next step, talking about focus keyword. In this case, I just set up this keyword. How to set up? No problem. You add keyword, you type your group that you want, just like a folders, right? And here you type the keyword you want to focus. Let's say I just select this one here and I add it here. Now, as you can see, I just added randomly this keyword. Now, of course, there is nothing optimized. You can see score zeros everywhere. Of course, score is low because there is nothing. This is like a random keyword. This one was optimized, and I can do that quickly here. Now, this takes like very quick to check for the scanning of the keyword. If I go on this level, it scans for about like 1 second. It gets me everything for the primary keyword. So focus keyword in SEO title, focus keyword in the body content, focus keywords in the headings, focus keywords in URL, focus keywords in meta description. Now, it scans for all this and gives me the green check marks if it meets the criteria. And also, earn points is assigned here. This is the maximum points I can get. And let's say if I meet this criteria, 2 external links. If I got, let's say, out of 2, I got 1, I get half of that. It would have been 4. So it checks that if I have the internal link or external link set up, then this external link it will be reflected in earn points. So everything is making sense and it's easy to fix. Let's say if I don't have a SEO title, no problem. You go here, making sure this has your keyword. If it's not missing it, if it's missing in your meta description, making sure it's here. Reward it. Put the word somehow that this keyword will be part of your meta description. Same thing for the alternate, for the slug. Same thing for the alternate image. Now, if you want to change the headings, no problem. Just step back, go here, analyze your article and say, okay, I want to make this as maybe like introductory first block, and I want to make sure this keyword stays right here. So, you're making sure this, Google will appreciate it, right? So, it's easy to change. So just simply go here and just quickly find the places where you can add if you need, but don't overstuff it. So if you're trying to make your content based on the keywords and you just think the more keywords the better, no, it's wrong. So
No.
just
Google will ignore that and not give you a ranking.
yeah, and actually Google will penalize you for that,
Yep.
because if they see that if you're trying to stuff, well, not good, right? Because
Right.
if you put 100 keyword everywhere possibly can, that number two things. First of all, your content it will suck, because now the content will be more how to satisfy Google, but not the customer.
Right.
And you could see it when you write. They say, "Oh, geez, why wouldn't make this expression?" All right, I would definitely say, "Oh, I can see that this guy is trying to put, say, this article, try to optimize it, and for this keyword, so every possible chance they get, they're trying to jam it in. It doesn't even make sense sometimes, but you can see the keyword there.
Right.
So that's not good. So don't do it. And besides, if you don't try to make 100 times the same keyword everywhere, that's not the point. Just enough to put it more on up front of the article and move it to the where it makes sense. And then if you insert a couple times in the body is great. That's enough. So just move on and making sure that you check it here. After you've done that, you just come back here, go to SEO, click scan. It will test it and update it. The higher the score, the better. Like this case, I missed the featured image name. Okay, fine. I can go ahead and set up this keyword as a featured image name. So I can change the image name of the image, and I can do that quickly here and just make sure this has this keyword there. Okay.
Right.
Now this is it, and it's optimized. Now you get the high again. My general articles, I get between at least 80, so 80 to like 90 something. And actually we connected to two most popular SEO plugins. We integrated, we show the steps how to integrate with them. So whatever I do here, I don't need to go on SEO. It's reflected there. So when you print it, you go to publish, you go to WordPress. Here is my publishing criteria. My slug is already set. All I need to do is select the status published or draft. And by the way, we populate this. We change the keyword. We change the WordPress as well when we publish. So select your plugin category, put the publish date, go to next one and review it. And also we give you on the bottom here is a related post. If I turn it on, that means 3 extra blast posts for internal linking. Your own blog post will show up there on the bottom of the article, and again, Google likes that, and plus the reader likes that. On the bottom, when they read the article, they get to there is some related post, and maybe I can read it there. So we just added it here, and all I need to do is just submit, and you won't believe how fast it is. It takes about 2 to 3 seconds. We just simply update anything I do in the article, and I can click and change article, update it, and remove, hide some blocks. Just simply, if I don't want this block to appear, let's say this block, maybe it's not there, maybe it should not be part of it. All I need to do is just cover the eye and just publish it again. Few seconds. If you do that in the WordPress, I'm sorry, you're gonna stuck now there. At least going to change the blocks, remove it, and update it, resave it. First of all, log in, wait. It's slow, it's complex in the WordPress. Then you go inside and you change. It's slow. Then you update and you sit and wait until updating. And then, God forbid, you do something not right. And the whole article can be screwed up, and then you need to really realign it, edit it. Forget about whatever how you see it here. You see exactly that this article will be printed in exact way that how you see that here. With all the images, which I did on the fly. I just copied it. I created my own quickly. I just point some arrows, and I insert them here. So this is the complete article. Everything is here. At the end, I just added. This is one of the plugins that actually gives the some like form at the end in a WordPress that actually let the user to fill out the form if they like it. So this is it.
Well, I think that is a fabulous overview. I think we're going to lose people if we go too much longer. We can come back to plagiarism and comments and some of these other features.
Yeah, let's save the plagiarism for the next time. But plagiarism is definitely there. Let me, if I see that, let's say if I do have that here. But probably would make sense that to save plagiarism for next. So we can show how easy it's done. I can just simply show the overview. So basically, if you are in the article, you go to plagiarism and click here on plagiarism checker. Now, the best part is you click on scan. Then it scans the article and comes back with the result. It takes about maybe 30 to 50 seconds. You get back, depending on how much volume you have there. And it gets the article and you have a result in the PDF file. PDF file will be displayed here. You can download it in. But the best part is, again, the same concept as in on the writing article. Now you have, on the right side, you have the original article, which you go from block to block. You just simply click here and just go in a specific block you want. But this side will have a PDF which is scrollable here inside, embedded, and you can see that parts of the article will be highlighted that have a similarity score. They call it similarity score. That is high. That means, and it gives you actually the websites, the probability. It finds the websites where the content could be, say, stolen or plagiarized, and it highlights in red. So basically, if you do have some parts for whatever reason, say your subcontractor or your freelancer gave you your content, you just simply scan it here. It highlights you the places. If it's I say acceptable to you, but I mean, as far as your freelancer concerned, then it's fine. You can just leave it here as is. But let's say if it's not acceptable, you know exactly what the parts of the article need to be fixed. Just go ahead and rework it. So just simply by using this plagiarism view, you can just go by piece and see what the blocks are and do the rework. That's all.
That's great. Yep, original content. That's the idea.
Yeah, our idea is original content. We, God forbid, we don't want a plagiarism. So in this case, we help you to write original content. We help you to maintain all the enhancements, all the supportive documents, all the images, the movies you can do. There's a lot of stuff we want to talk about. We have movies that you have a full control. If you want to download it, not from, say, YouTube, if you want to have a control over, like, whether it's looping or not looping. Let's say you want to turn off the looping and you want to turn off the sound, you have a total control. You say, okay, I don't want to show control. I want to, just like a GIF. It's going to be keep rotating. It's actually cool looking. I've done this before. And it's actually serves the specific purpose that it tracks the user and looks at the, they can look at the specific functionality that you want to show, and it's like non-stop. Whether you want or not, many people don't want to click on the view the whole video. But if it is short enough and then let it loop, and the people can actually take a look at this and they can understand.
All right. Well, I think people are probably going to want to go grab some water, which I just had. If they saw me drink earlier, that was water. And you know, I encourage everybody to get out there and put it to the test. You know, start creating your original content and let Blogly do some of the heavy lifting in the back end.
Yeah. This is it has been a long year of development. So we put a year in development into this thing. So finally we have released on AppSumo, and AppSumo was great enough to recognize the value, so they put it on their site, and we are lucky now to be there. It's only a few days and we can see the traction, which is great, and we see the people loving it, and they are now buying it and testing it. And we do have, I don't know for how long we will have the lifetime deal, but we do, as soon as you understand that lifetime cannot be done for SaaS application, because we need to run the servers, we need to support the future development, and the lifetime deal is not the best solution for the SaaS apps, but for us as a temporary measure. Of course, at this time we're building the first subscribers. We want to get the traction, and that's why it's a lifetime deal. So grab it now, otherwise it will go away.
Buy now or forever regret it, or something. What is it?
Hey, there is
Yeah.
my
There's got to be some phrasing for that.
yeah. Okay. No, no. Honestly, this is. Don't take it as a sales pitch. Just take it from the bottom of my heart. We put a lot of work into this, and we know the value we provide. There's tons of value. We just need to deliver it and show how it's being really done.
I think all they have to do is start using it, and they'll recognize just what a good deal they got. So,
All right.
all
Okay.
right, guys.
Thank you, Tom. And it's been a pleasure. And hopefully, this webinar will help to other people.
I agree. It's always a pleasure, Gennady. Have a nice rest of your day.
All right. Thank you, Tom. Yeah.
Bye.